case you're wondering what's up with all of these Jolly Ranchers, I filled in for somebody teching on a show, and the stage manager gave me 2 large bags of Jolly Ranchers, enough to last me probably through July. This is me trying to get rid of them. Probably get a cavity before I finish it, but yeah, tasty cavity. It's hot. Oh my god, it's hot. Cool beans. Ugh. Air. That's probably making a sound, isn't it? I gotta be hot. Suffer for your art. Okay, today's video was a bit of divine inspiration. I have to decorate a bunch of these bags for my mom's classroom. And by her classroom, I mean her students, her kids. But I always say her classroom, so that's what we're saying. So every year I have to design like either a new bag or a new type of toy or, you know, something. It's always something. And it's not like I don't enjoy doing it. I do. It's fun. But it takes a lot out of me I can't speak. It takes a lot out of me creatively to have to do new stuff all the time. All the time. All the time. Because I can't just do the same thing that I did last year. What would I look like? A regular person? This year, I had the best idea to take some of the doggone pressure off of me. Because last night I was sitting and I was trying to make this bag, and I was just like, there's gotta be a better way. I can't sit here and do 20 plus. I don't even know how many kids she has this year, but there's always so many kids. They pack so many kids into those classrooms. You know, it's a lot of kids to have to do everything by hand. And this year I wasn't having it. I was about to give up. Really, I was. And then I looked in front of me, and there was the Cricut. This year, I'm going to be decorating it with the Cricut and Procreate, which will be fun. So it's a very digital Christmas or holiday, whatever you celebrate. Ooh, pink lemonade. So these are holiday gift bags. I'm sure there are plenty of people who have thought of this, but hey, it's awesome to me. So this is like, open my eyes. Because I'm like, why didn't I think of this before? Because we've had a Cricut machine literally since I can remember there being a Cricut machine, right? And we got one of the newest models now. Like, we got it a few months ago. And now I'm just like, why didn't I think of this before? But you know, I got tons of packs of paper. I have these bags. I have a Cricut and all the machinery. That's what we're going to do. Of course, it's holiday-ish, but she likes it like Christmassy type theme, more leaning towards the Americanized type of Christmas, right? So we're going to go with the traditional, the reds, the greens, but we're also going to be just figuring out, this is also like a kind of a lesson in how to use Procreate or any other art making program that you could use, or that you could use. You don't have to use Procreate, and using the Cricut system, because the new Cricut system, it's awesome, but it's kind of zany. Everything used to be on the Cricut machine, right? You had the pad, you had like, you would open up the Cricut machine and there would be like the screen, the little screen, and you'd have the little keypad that had the interchangeable like overlays that you could put on them so that you could see what letters there were. But the new Cricut is like just like a printer, but more than a printer, and you have to use the either Cricut.com or the Cricut app, which I'm going to be using today. Both work great, but I like the app better because I can manipulate things a little bit more in my hands. So this is that. And you guys are gonna get a tiny little lesson in that. And if you don't have a Cricut, for the love of God, ask somebody for a Cricut this holiday season. It's the best thing to ever happen to crafting, it really is. So, holiday gift bags. Yeah. Yeah, doodles. Okay, so the first thing that we have to do is design everything that's going to get cut out. So the first thing I started on was the font for the Happy Holidays sign that's going to go on there. And I wanted to go with something that was a little bit more fun and funky because it's for kids, and something between a more refined, like it's holiday season type of thing. And I think I got that. I hope I got that. But I do like it. I do like the end product. This is actually one of the best fonts that I've made, so I'm very happy about that. And I'm happy that it turned out the way I wanted it to, because I think I got a nice in between there. So the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to save it as an image. That is important, as a JPEG image. So we're going to go into the Cricut app, and we're going to remove everything that is not the text. So they have a little button that says remove, and you're going to click that, and you're going to click the back, and then we're going to go in between all of these little spaces here that you see in the black, and that's where all those spaces need to be done. So we're going to point and click, and that's going to remove everything that we do not want, because we just want the text. So after that's done, we're going to make sure that all of the holes have been removed, and we are going to save this as a cut image, not a print and cut, a cut image. And we're going to go ahead and save that. You'll see me make the mistake of doing the print and cut here, but I fix it later. So the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to design the tree, the Christmas tree. So I had to go through a few different times to try to get this, but you know, eventually I got it. So I had to go through trying to get that star and that little squiggle at the end, but you know, eventually I got it, because your girl's an artisan. Okay, so we get there it is, there's a squiggle. Again, we're going to save this as a JPEG, and we're going to go ahead, it's the same process, you go through, you save it, and then you remove all of the different holes that are inside, like all those little curves that are in there. You have to remove all of those. And you see that little black spot? We missed one, so we have to go back in. There we go. Again, save it as a cut image, not a print and cut image. So now we're going into the Cricut space, but we have to pick our paper. So I picked red, duh. And this is a pretty small bag. It can't be more than like 8.5 by like 5. So we're going to make this particular image about 3 inches so that it doesn't take up the whole bag, but that it covers like enough, because it's going to be the back of the bag. It's going to be by itself. So to get it cutting is going to be pretty easy. The steps are going to be on there as you go, but you're going to click that. You're going to click fast mode, and these flashing buttons are going to direct you. I just love to watch this machine. It's just so fun just to watch the doggone machine, because it's like you made the thing yourself, right? And now it's like you do it, and it can do it itself. Because like before, the Cricut was fine and it was like, oh look, I made this design with all this different stuff, but now it's like your stuff, like you're making it. And it's like, dude, I'm like a total artisan. It's insane that I'm out here just making my own stuff. Like, it's printing my hand. That's crazy. Okay, so now it comes out. It's pretty easy. You just peel it off of the back. And this I made it in a way so that when you pull it out, and you pull out that little part in the middle of it, that little extra stringy that's on the back, I'm just gonna pull that out. And then the end result is going to be, do I show it? Oh, we have to get rid of these little things first because that'll annoy me. And do I show? There it is. So there, it looks really cool. That's the little stringy part. That's intricate, but this is really, really cool. And I really like it. So we're just gonna fit it, make sure that it fits onto the bag. And it does indeed, and I love it. So yeah, that's gonna be the back of our bag. So we're going to do the same process with our font. We are going to go through, make sure all the holes have been taken out so that the Cricut does not include those in the cut. And we are going to size it up to the bag to make sure that it fits, because I want it to be like the length of the bag, which is about 5 inches across. And we're going to go through and we'll make sure that fits and save it. And it's the same process. You're going to follow the prompts on the screen. You're going to pick your light cardstock. You're going to put it into the machine, and then you're going to press cut, and it's going to do it. Now for this first one, it was a little too small, so the second time I went around, and it came out a little bit ragged. So the second time I went around, I turned off the fast mode button for this one, just because you'll see it has that little, it's a little weird. So I decided to turn off fast mode to make all of the holiday stuff. So yeah, just press off for fast mode and it'll slow it down. Be more intimate with your cuts. There's another thing I wanted to show you guys as well. You can put multiples onto the mat so that you don't have to just do it one at a time now. But you have to adjust it for your paper. I have regular letter paper. And then you can click which one. They space it automatically, but you can click which one you want and space it out the way that you need to, which is pretty new, and I honestly just learned it the day of, and I've had this Cricut for how long, and it actually was quite an ordeal for me before, because I'm like, how am I supposed to get these different? But you know, we live and we learn. I'm not mad. So we're going to continue, and we have to make the kids' names. So I'm going through here, letter spacing out, well, putting them in. And I promise the kid's name is actually Kylie. It's not, you know, that Kylie. But we're gonna go through. I picked a pretty nice font that was already in the system on the iPad. Not that one. Was it that one? I don't think it was that one. Which one was it? Nope, wasn't that one. Nope. Hell no. There we go. That was the one. But I went back and forth with it, but this is the one, and I liked it. But you can do different versions of it, which I like because I didn't really want it filled in. I want it to be drawn onto the paper. But I didn't want that one. I think I picked a different one. But you are going to go in and you have to distinguish between cut and draw. There's going to be a button. You press, it's going to automatically say cut, but you want to change it to draw. So when you put it on your mat, it will draw it out. Because there's two functions to your Cricut machine. There's the blade part, and then there's another part where you can insert a pin. They usually do it for the Cricut pins, but I've tried it with other pins and it works with other pins too. You just gotta find the right size. You put in the Cricut pin, you load it in, and then it's going to draw it out for you. which is really cool to watch. You don't have to do it that way. You could honestly print it out, but what fun is that? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're just going through, putting all the kids' names in. Yeah, I'll just watch myself make some names then. We're gonna load them onto the mat, and we're gonna go in and we're gonna space out all the names so that it's easier for me to cut. Yeah. Also, guys, make sure that you change your paper if your paper is not 12 by 12 like the mat is. I learned that the hard way. It cuts into the mat. You don't want to cut into the mat. But yeah, you load in your pen. That's the Cricut pen that came with the machine, and it's gonna draw out all the names. It's so cool. I love it. I love watching it. And then comes the fun part, putting it all together. So I had to start by using a little mini paper cutter to cut out everything, but I'm just sizing it up, putting it in nice squares, and yeah, lining up everything at a time so I don't have to do each one individually. My God, that is tedious, and I will never do that. We will always find a way, the lazy. So we are going to assemble this now. Like I said, I wanted this on the back, so we're going to use a pretty liberal amount of glue here to get it on there because the bag was a little tricky to work with, but it's fine. Go with the bag, never go against the bag. Wax on, wax off, you know what I'm saying? So this was me just making sure that it stayed in place, that it got glued in there. And then we're going to turn it around, glue that on for real, and place it. There we go. It stayed on the second time once I stopped fighting the bag. Like I said, don't fight the bag. The bag will win. So we're going to place these on here. I did a little bit of an off kilter for each different individual name, going left to right, so that it didn't all stay in one place. But again, a liberal amount of glue, work with the bag, don't work against it. And we're just gonna put that on there. Yep. I went into the bag too to really like get into the crevices, since there's a lot of, they're not holes, but the paper will come up because of the way that it's cut. So yeah, this is the bag. It looks pretty nice. And I have green and red trees, and they're pretty, and I love them. I love the way it turned out. But these are the bags. Thankfully, it was just for these 6 kids. I have to design other bags, and I will not be doing that for the other 20 plus kids. So these kids got the nice end of the deal. But yeah, there are the bags, and that is the video, guys. So happy holidays. Yeah.